culture of side pieces.
The math ain't mathing no more.
Do you have enough of yourself to go around?
And so now I'm like,
Because when a woman's fed up.
you will come out with some flat tires and busted windows.
3 into 2 won't go. What's up? It's your boy A to the L to the A to the N. I'm Alan.
And my name's Nicole.
And welcome to the House of Love podcast.
House of Love is a relationship podcast where real talk meets real solutions. Each episode, we tackle the difficult conversations around love, marriage, dating, trust, intimacy, and so much more.
So whether you're single, committed, in a relationship, or somewhere in between, House of Love offers wisdom, laughter, and the candid conversations about the everyday topics hot off the press. Because in the end, love wins. So for today's topic, it's a good topic to discuss, right? 3 into 2 won't go. I said 3 into 2 won't go.
So clearly we're doing some math in today's episode.
Absolutely,
So
right?
what is 3 into 2 won't go?
Yes, so in today's culture of side pieces, I left home to be with my side piece. And the culture of having situationships, do you have enough of yourself to go around? Because 3 people in a relationship just won't do.
Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah, so when we look at love triangles, emotional imbalance, emotional security or lack thereof, there's simply not enough of yourself to spread around. Ideally, it's one man, one woman coming together. When you got all these outside factors and other entities, things tend to become disheveled or unbalanced, if you will, where I think that's where y'all intuition kind of kick in too. You feel like something is no longer being met.
Yeah, and I think that intuition comes into play when the math ain't mathing no more. For example, if it's me and you, it's 2, and you bring in a third on the side, then I begin to get less. So my time is less, my attention is less, I'm seeing you less. And so now I'm like,
well, what does it matter anyway? I don't want no 50-50 man.
I'm calculating like, okay, something's not right.
What does it matter? According to everybody online, y'all all make 100,000. Y'all all independent, don't need no man. You got your freedom to choose. So what does it matter if, from your vantage point,
if it's supposed to be me and you, that's all that's in it.
But also,
you want a +1 and divide by this.
but also, if it's supposed to be me and you, and I find out she doing the crew, that girl is poison. She's toxic.
Okay, but yeah, that's what it is. It's just we start to notice if something's off balance, if another person is added into the equation.
We talk where one partner is committed emotionally, spiritually, and they connected, and then the other partner is doing what he or she chooses to do, and then it causes conflict to bubble to the surface within the relationship.
Yeah, and I think this is one of the biggest issues with this love triangle is the lines get blurred, and say you have a side piece and the lines get blurred because now it's like, okay, one woman doesn't know if she's actually the side piece or the main piece, and it gets conflicting, and it's like, okay, well, I thought he was with me. And a lot of times ladies, they will try to tell us both the same thing. They play on 2 sides, and it's like now there's confusion. Now it's like, okay, well, no, I'm his woman. No,
Barbara, this is Shirley. You might not know who I am.
I'm his woman. Then you have toxic situations where women fighting.
Yeah, I want to control the narrative, right? So that's why you get the same or a similar story or a different story, right? But then, fellas, you playing a dangerous game because hell has no fury like a woman scorned, right? So it's one of those situations where fellas end up on Fatal Attraction, Snapped, or on Lifetime, because women understood the relationship to be one thing.
Yes.
The situationship understood the relationship to be one thing, but now the situationship has grown out of control where you're doing relationship stuff. Exactly. And now you got 2 people on the outside trying to compete or fight over this one person. That's why you'll commonly hear us say 3 into 2 won't go. or it won't grow.
Okay, let's talk about emotional cheating, because oftentimes men will say women do this more, emotional cheating.
Oh yeah, y'all leave the relationship before y'all have left the relationship.
Yeah, and sometimes that does happen. That does happen because as women, emotionally, we need to be tapped in. We need y'all to be tapped in with us emotionally. And when you can't connect with us on an emotional level anymore, we seek that outside, right? And so if I'm going out and I'm maybe it's just a friend, you know, men all the time want to come up to us and be like, oh, you got a man, it's okay, you can't have friends.
Yeah.
All the time. And so at this stage, she like, okay, sure, you know, he looks like he could be a good friend to me, but he also got money in the car and all this stuff. So okay, cool. And then you start venting to this new friend, and you know, you're emotional cheating already, because you're having these intimate conversations with this side piece, really, that you should be having with your man.
And that's one of the reasons why it's difficult for men to take back women that have cheated, because we know you had to have an emotional connection before you even did anything physical with the guy. And we know that emotional connection holds more weight than anything that we got going on. That's why we say, she gone, bruh. When we pull up, we trying to get our woman back. Fellas, you know, if you see that Dodge Charger Scat Pack or that Challenger behind her Honda Accord, it's over with. If it's behind that Honda Accord or Altima, it's through.
That's why, guys, okay, if you don't want to lose your woman, you need to stay tapped into her emotionally. Because once emotionally she's gone and she's checked out, you can say anything, but that's her, in her mind, that goes in and out. It's not going to stick at all. She's done.
Because when a woman's fed up,
I mean,
it ain't nothing you can do about it.
I don't mess with Kels, but it's true. Okay. It's true. It is so true, because we thrive on emotional connection, and that holds more value.
Yeah, but I think too, you know, when we talk about the, you know, the topic 3 and the 2 1 go, again, that can become dangerous, right? Because even though you're emotionally tapped in, or you're getting emotionally invested in somebody else, and you hadn't cut clean this previous relationship,
Agreed.
You're just going to bring that baggage into a potentially new relationship. And just because you're emotionally tied to that person that you want, doesn't necessarily mean he wants you.
Yeah, not only are you bringing that additional baggage to the relationship, outweighing what that two should just be, you playing with fire. Because what if that new man actually really starts to like you, but you're in a love triangle, and them two men can get into it.
Yep.
And then it becomes dangerous, because now they're fighting over a woman, and it happens, and they go to war with each other. It just can get so toxic. So don't start nothing, don't add a third person. It should always be two.
Yeah, and I think, you know, with fellas, please don't start a new situationship without getting rid of the old situation, because we're not necessarily bringing that baggage, but we bringing that drama, because she gonna find out. She gonna check social media. She gonna check your whereabouts. She gonna do her investigating. She gonna tap in with her female or male sheriff or FBI detectives, and she gonna find out what you got going on.
She will make your life hell.
Absolutely.
Okay? You will come out with some flat tires and busted windows, and you like, it's not even worth it.
It's not worth it.
It's not.
It's absolutely not worth it. So, you know, be a man about it, right? Hey, this is no longer working for me. I need to move in a different direction, right? It's okay. We gotta lead by example. We gotta man up. We gotta put up, or we gotta shut up. We can't complain about the women when we're not sweeping around our own back door when it comes to them being emotionally invested to somebody that they see interest or find interest in, because they lack that in the situation they're currently in, right? But I think that's paramount, and I think that it's mutual in this conversation or this particular talking point, that for both sides there needs to be a mature conversation, an adult conversation, and a clean break before starting something new. Otherwise, you can introduce a negative situation into it, and it may not end well for either party.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons why men or women kind of jump into the next situationship before they finish their relationship is that fear of being alone, right? Some women think that having a baby with a man is going to make them stay. Mm-hmm. Some men think by impregnating a woman is going to make them stay. But you already got ties to other males as a female or other women as a male, but you still trying to make the household situation work. You know, I hear it all the time. Oh, that's my baby mama. We ain't together. We just live together for the sake of the baby. Oh, we ain't together no more. We divorced. We just live in the same house. She stay upstairs. I stay downstairs. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, in this economy, they're doing what works best. It happens. They're doing what works for their situation. However, men, women, do you really want to be a part of somebody's mess? Because God don't bless no mess. and it's just gonna add more stress into your situation. Don't lie, if I see that scat pack of that Hellcat out there, it's gonna be trouble. I'm breaking through the door. It ain't happening. So I wouldn't even set myself up for failure because I know that's a situation.
You're delusional for thinking that's going to work, sir. Okay.
And I think another reason why it happens is the thrill. It's the thrill of the chase. It's the thrill of let me see what I can get away with.
Yeah.
It's the thrill of the thrill of the temptation. Even though we know it's wrong, we want to prove to ourselves that it's wrong.
We want to see how far we can go. I think that's what it is. You want to see how far you can go. And I think you're trying to test the waters. Like, how far can I go? And then if she don't find out, right? Say you got a side piece and they don't find out, it's like, all right, I'm gonna keep doing it. How far can it's like you're continuing to push the needle.
But we already know everything that's done in the dark eventually
will come out in the light.
Absolutely. And I think that's a part of the ego of the male and female species, right? It's usually he who has the money feel like they can control the relationship or have the power, right? So sometimes it's ego. And we know that ego and pride come before destruction every time. So you have to be able to put your pride and ego to the side and realize like, we've reached the end of our road, right? Yeah. Whether it's been a year and hopefully if you're 35 and over, it hadn't been more than a year that somebody's played with you. But whether it's been a year or 2 years, 2 years is the max.
Yeah.
One full calendar year, if you want to look at it this way, one full calendar year, and then one full season of doing all the holidays together. After those 2 years, if he hadn't made up his mind about you, or if you hadn't made up your mind about him, y'all need to go separate ways. You just gotta go. You just gotta go your separate ways.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't have any ties to each other. Y'all not living together. Your bills not tied. Y'all don't have any kids.
Go your separate ways before you end up having kids, and then it's like, all right, now I got to deal with this person for life.
Right.
So yeah, if it's like he said, if it's not working after a year or so,
some of the relationships that I've been in, those have been blessing in disguise, right? I was told I felt like I was doing you a disservice by staying. Hey, I can respect it more if you would have said that the times that I asked, right? But shame on me, I wasn't man enough in those situations to step up and cut it off because I just wanted to continue on the situation for what I thought I was getting that would materialize into something greater. And the one phrase that lives in my head rent free that I kept hearing, I'm just not there yet. I'm just not there yet. Well, if you're just not there yet, then you're completely unsure about one, where your life is going, and two, where you see me fitting in your life as you continue to grow.
Yeah, and thus it's your loss. Right. Keep it pushing and you can't come back. All right, so real talk, the equation just doesn't work. 3 into 2 won't go. The emotional math of trying to keep up with multiple connections, it just causes chaos at the end of the day. Somebody will always end up hurt. It's just not sustainable to have 3.
Absolutely. It's not sustainable over time to have 3 or to have a few or to have a roster, right? At some point, somebody is going to feel like they're being shorted, and that person that's being shorted is going to cause all the drama, right?
Exactly.
And even though they know they're not the main one or they know they're not the only one, they'll cause the most riffraff in your life, fellas. So, I think the easy part is to have a lot or to have a roster or to have them in rotation. The hard part is realizing what you need in your own life to be emotionally available for that one wife. And that's the ultimate goal, for that one person you want to commit to, that one person you want to date, that one person that you want to be in a relationship with, and eventually that one person that you want to marry. Nobody's perfect, but as you are developing this roster or as you are being in the dating scene, taking these different qualities that you value most and kind of prioritizing what your needs are, not your wants, right? We all want a perfect 10 that smell good, look good, physically fit, emotionally available, can think logically, don't have too much baggage, don't have any. You can go on and on and on and on about a list, but nobody's perfect, right? So when I hear people say, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10. Number one, you're not getting 10 outcomes. And number two, a 10 will suggest that you are the highest cream of the crop and that you are perfect. Everybody has something to work on. So I think Paul Pierce said it better. You and I was looking at this earlier. Paul Pierce said it best. Get you a nice, 5, 6, or 7 that's gonna put some elbow grease in it, right? She willing to work, she willing to compromise, because a lot of the 8, 9, and 10s, they just want to look.
And they feel like they're entitled, and they don't have to.
Yeah. They just want to look pretty and be put up, and they don't have to do any work. So a lot of times when you ask a man, what he brings to the relationship. He can give you a long list. You ask a woman what she brings to the table. I am the table. What she brings to the table, you can write on the back of a small stamp. So you got to be tapped in to who you are as a individual and where you are emotionally in order for you to gravitate towards that dating pool, that particular relationship, or that particular person, so that you can start to cultivate and build together. Like Nicole mentioned in one of the previous episodes, that lives rent-free in my mind. Depending on where you are in the dating market and how old you are, you can't date on potential. And I think a lot of our women try to date on potential versus dating with what they see. And I think that's what leads to a lot of negative equity in the long run, because they're still stuck on, oh, well, he could, or he...
Well, it's a domino effect, because if the dating pool sucks and your options are limited, then you're going to feel like you got to settle. Say, okay, well, all right, well, the dating pool sucks. This person has potentials. I can work with him. You know what I'm saying? And it just, the math just don't math.
Right, but you got to be willing to compromise those top 3, top 5 things. Forget all your lists, right? 6 feet, 6 this, 6 that. You got to do this, you got to do that. You got to have a good relationship. You got to forget all that, right? Find what works best for you and what you value and what your needs are. It's the difference between needs versus wants, right? What are your needs? And as you grow and as those needs change, can you see yourself growing with that person? A lot of women in our community, especially black women, they like the finished product, or they like to be at the finish line waiting for the man to have, made a $250,000 or finished med school or finished law school, or, has multiple businesses and now they're thriving. Now they want to come out the woodworks. No, you weren't with me shooting in the gym. So don't try to come get me at the end where I'm emotionally tired, or I found somebody that's willing to get on my program. Now you want to kind of, hey, big head.
Yeah, and I saw a TikTok post about this recently where the girl was like, we get on social media and we kind of glorify and praise and say we want the man that this woman got, that they're married and they like a top 10 man, but not realizing that most of those women, that man wasn't there when they met. Facts. When they got married, she helped build him up.
Right.
So you got to understand the journey that person went through. It's like a picture perfect thing they see, but they don't understand what went into getting there.
Absolutely. Great point. So to kind of wrap this topic up, 3 into 2 won't go. It's not sustainable. Somebody always gets hurt in the end. Time, attention, and energy is limited. Fellas, stay out the gas station. You know what I'm talking about. If you ain't got the energy, you can't do it. Honesty gets compromised. Jealousy and resentment can start to creep in, and trust is destroyed for all parties, right? No longer am I emotionally available for you because I can't trust you. And a person that I can't trust is not a person that I want to be around.
Thanks. This was a good topic. I mean, it's, again, real conversations.
Real talk, meeting real solutions. And this is what, we hear about or we see or read about or listen to on social media. And it's important that we bring this to limelight, because 3 into 2 won't go.
Yeah,
it's not physically possible. It's not humanly possible.
Yeah.
Comment down below if you tried to make 3 into 2 and how that worked out for you, if you want to share again.
And how long it worked out, because it might be good for a little bit, but it's not sustainable.
Right. That's for the fellas and for the ladies, because ladies, we know you got some stories out there too.
Yeah.
Don't be on How's a Little Podcast trying to cap. But no, a great topic. I definitely appreciate your time. If you would, on your way out, hit the subscribe button and let's have the real talk. Let's have the real conversations, and let's laugh about it as well, but also let's develop solutions, because at the end of the day, love wins.